stands up instead of being on his knees. As he goes for this, he launches off of the back of Orton's neck into the air. Orton turns it into an RKO, and
it was insane.
He got massive air on this. It was very impressive stuff.
Insane.
Considering he was using Orton's back and neck as the springboard.
Yeah, that was one of the craziest RKOs, if not the craziest.
It's my favorite RKO of all time. That's all I can say.
That was, RKO out of nowhere for sure.
Out of nowhere. It got a huge pop from the crowd, as it should, and you knew it was the finish of the match.
Oh, yeah.
As Orton got the 1-2-3 there.
Yeah, that was so fucking good.
Got his win, the win that he deserved after the brutal beating he took.
Oh, God, it was
the
bad.
marks.
So bad. Great match.
And then the next match, we figured the outcome of this was all but certain, as Triple H took on Sting.
Yeah.
WCW Sting.
It was
WCW Sting.
What? What are you saying?
WCW.
I felt like I was having some weird 90s acid flashback.
It was really weird.
We had Triple H versus Sting, of course, and they're doing this whole like, oh, you were in WCW, so I don't like you thing, which I think is a really horrible angle to take.
Yeah.
With this. It's like, okay, yeah, but he's not anymore. They don't exist.
Just say he's the guy who's out for justice against unfair authority.
Yeah. Something.
All you could have done.
Say he likes John Cena and you were being mean to John Cena. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Anyways, so...
He doesn't like abuse of power, and he came out to beat
whatever. So in the middle of the match, all of a sudden, music hits. Mm-hmm. And we're like, what the fuck? They decided to break it down. Anyways, the DX runs out. And by DX, I mean Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, and X-Pac.
Mm-hmm.
And they try to interfere. And then a few minutes later, the NWO theme hits.
To come out for Stinger.
Yeah, Big Sexy, Scott Hall, and Hogan come out as NWO. Here's the weird thing. Sting was never in the NWO.
He was, but he was like in the Wolfpack version.
Yeah.
And which means Hulk Hogan wasn't part of that.
Right.
It was Hall and Nash, which makes sense.
Hogan and Sting were the big, like, they always feuded.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
So, I mean, I know they represented WCW, but the whole thing with NWO was that they were supposed to be outsiders of WCW.
Right.
So they never represented WCW.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. So fucked up storyline issues coming into play.
HBK ends up getting involved also. He comes out of the crowd. He came out of nowhere.
He didn't come out with D-Generation X. He came out of the stands.
Yeah, it was weird. Helped Triple H. And the winner, Triple H.
Yeah.
Very strange.
That wasn't the all but certain that we were talking about.
No.
We thought it was going to be Sting.
Totally thought Sting would go over.
He comes in for one match and gets the win.
He beat him dirty with the sledgehammer. So maybe they'll set up a rematch?
I don't remember this being a no disqualification, but it definitely turned into one. Because the ref watched all these things happen.
Watched 7 people interfere in the match.
Right.
So...
you know what?Maybe they announced it as it was happening. This match has been turned into a no disqualification.
Or maybe it's on the pre-show. When I actually go back and watch WrestleMania, maybe it'll make more sense.
Exactly.
So anyways, a decent match for a couple of old-timers.
Yeah, I mean, Sting looked good for a 56-year-old man, that's for sure.
Triple H is still in good shape.
Oh, he's in fantastic shape. So he's a good wrestler.
Yeah, I'd do him.
Yeah. And Scott Hall took the going for the razor's edge and not getting it backdrop. onto the floor.
That's right.
So it was a great spot.
Yes,
especially for a guy he was all but gone a few years ago in terms of his physical and mental health.
Oh yeah,
so,
dude, he looked pretty good. He was moving around.
Next match to get over that huge thing. Of course, they always bring out the ladies after a match that has all that pop going on.
Yeah.
So it was AJ Lee teaming up with Paige.
Yeah.
They had a little fight on Monday Night Raw. You didn't know how they were going to work together as a team as they took on the Bella Twins.
I tell you, even from as high up as we were, Paige's ass looked fantastic from a mile away. It looked great. Looking good. I jizzed in my pants. It was hot. I mean, it was awkward.
Right. Very awkward.
Had to take a bathroom break.
She's still very young.
Yeah. Hey, she's legal.
Yeah, that's true.
Shit.
Yep.
I would eat those pasty white cheeks.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't get is there was no tension at all between Paige and AJ.
Yeah, it was a little strange.
They didn't play off it at all.
Yeah.
They should have pretended to hate each other at some point.
Or maybe not, have
to throw the
some
Bellas
looks
off.
Like, are you going to trust me? Blah, blah, blah. So.
I mean, I guess they had the little tease like that AJ wasn't there for a tag at one point because she got knocked off the apron. But Paige didn't look upset about it.
Yeah.
She kind of went after the Bellas anyways.
Yeah. Overall, pretty good match for a chick match. We learned that AJ, just like her husband, can't jump.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is weird because she's so athletic otherwise.
She cannot take that, cannot give that top rope jumper.
That's right. And the finish came when AJ Lee landed her submission move. What is it called? I can't remember.
The spider, right? Or the Black Widow?
The Black Widow.
Yeah, something spider related. Yeah, it was cool. It looked like she was going for like a hurricanrana, and then she kind of like turned it into the submission.
Yeah.
It's cool looking.
It's really good.
It's good.
Next came the United States Championship
Yes.
of the World match.
Which cool entrance, by the way.
Yes,
Rusev came
had
out
a
in a
great
fucking
entrance.
tank.
Mm-hmm. And Lana looked great.
Yes, she
all
did.
decked out. He came out first as champion. He wanted to. And he came out in some spectacular Russian tank is what he came out in.
Mm-hmm.
And then also he obviously defended against John Cena.
John Cena.
I started singing that, and everybody started singing along with me
I know.
in our section.
Now, did you notice the kid 2 rows in front of us got all butthurt?
Yeah.
That was hilarious. He had
Mark.
he had a scene. Well, he's fucking
He's
8,
a kid, I know.
But it was great.
There was a kid right behind us that was going nuts all night.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind him.
No, he was a good fan. He was
But that
fun.
fucker to the left of us.
Oh, my God. Shut the fuck
douchebag,
up.
man. You're 35 years old.
He's older than that.
Or whatever you are.
Well, it was funny because at one point he said something about, I forget, I think it was during, I can't remember what match. He's like, oh, there's 600 pounds in the ring right now, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, you're 600 pounds.
Right, yourself.
You fat fuck.
It was when... It was Rusev and Cena.
Is that what it was?
They faked a superplex from the top rope.
Oh, that's right. Like, there's 600 pounds on the top rope. It's like, there's 600 pounds in row 2.
In you.
Yeah, row 2, seat 3, right there.
Right
you
there,
fat
buddy.
fuck, shut up.
Don't talk about it.
By the way, his girlfriend pretty good looking.
Don't
know how he pulled that off.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't
done
either
her.
because he's obnoxious.
Yeah.
And I don't
Obnoxious
see how-
and fat as fuck.
Yeah, I don't see how
it's
she
weird.
stays with him.
Anyways, this is not wrestling.
Anyway, so it was John Cena against Rusev for the United States title of the world. Very good match.
Another title they're trying to bring legitimacy to.
Mm-hmm. Very good match. And I guess if Rusev was going to lose to Cena, which he did on this night, it was a good way to do it.
Yeah, it was good.
They played up the whole Lana giving Cena the title thing by her getting up on the apron. She was distracting the ref for Rusev, trying to do her job. Instead, Rusev went to attack Cena and bumped into her.
Right, knocked
she
her
fell
off.
off the ring apron, and Cena got the AA for the win and to bring legitimacy to another title. So Daniel Bryan and John Cena, 2 guys that are world champions, really.
Oh, yeah.
Perennial world champions.
John Cena, he's the company.
Yeah, perennial world champions are holding titles that are technically beneath them.
Well, here's the thing. What they can do now is put the strap back on Brock Lesnar, and they can headline pay-per-views with either of these 2 not-so-cool titles because they're going to be cool again.
Exactly.
So it's smart.
Especially the Intercontinental.
Yeah.
I still don't care about the United States title, but John Cena's holding it, and that's pretty impressive.
Here's my problem with the U.S. title. It's not even a WWE title. It's
That's
a
right.
WCW title.
Now,
No one remembers that.
I kind of wonder, are they going to have John Cena and Daniel Bryan do a unification match?
I hope so.
At like Money in the Bank or something like that.
Yeah, let it go for a while. Maybe SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Unify them at SummerSlam. Let them go for a while. Bring some legitimacy to both of them.
Yeah.
And then it means more when they unify them.
Yeah, because I mean the belts will be with them for 5 months at that point.
Right, something like that.
It'd be perfect.
So yeah, it would be good. So yeah, John Cena, your new U.S. champion.
And it's a good match. Very good match. Rusev, he made Rusev look strong again.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Yeah.
The Undertaker made his return to WrestleMania.
He looked great.
Yeah, he looked
For an old
fantastic.
man.
Looked bigger than last year.
And
not
looked,
as gaunt.
fitter.
Yeah, and he was moving around a lot better.
Yeah.
He didn't get a concussion this time.
At least didn't seem like it.
And Bray Wyatt, fucking performer, man. That guy's facial expressions this match. That's his opponent, I should say. Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt.
They did a great job.
Yes.
I know that you wanted Taker to lose.
Yep.
You wanted Bray to go over. You would give him the rub. I think he's getting the rub either way.
It's true. It was a great match, and Bray did everything he needed to do.
He got his shit in.
I told you what the spot I wanted is Bray to
kiss him.
To do it like a nice little kiss, like one that mocks him, and then finish him that way. Well, he did that, but The Undertaker got out of the move, and I think it was a minute later finished the match after that.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, he did multiple Tombstone Pile Drivers. The last one looked a little close for comfort.
Yeah.
And Bray fucking took it like a champ, which made me think it was a little too close.
If you know what I mean. When your head's a little lower on the knee, like close to the edge of the knee, that means you're possibly going to end up on your neck or the top of your head.
Yeah, you might get stone colded.
It looked fantastic.
It looked great.
Undertaker was safe. He held on to him, and Bray looked like he held on tight for good measure and took the tombstone like a man. And Undertaker gets a victory back at WrestleMania, 22-1.
Yeah, good match. It was a
very good match. Undertaker. Were you going to say this? Undertaker, they had the camera on him after the match.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm glad 2 minutes later, he looked up to the sky and thanked God that he did not get hurt during the match. human version of the Undertaker.
It was nice seeing a little bit of emotion because I don't think he realized the camera was on him at that point.
I'm sure he did, but
they had cut away at one point, and then they had come back to him, and that's when he just kind of looked up and said thank you.
I think he also wanted the fans to know that he knew that he did not look right last year, and that he wanted to be as good as he could this year.
I am glad that if this was his last match, that it was this one and not last year, just for how he looked last year. He looked like he should have lost a match last year.
Right. And this obviously tells us it's probably setting up one last match for Undertaker next year.
Maybe Sting.
In Texas. Maybe Sting. But then again, Sting lost tonight, so it's kind of like, what's the point?
He needs his WrestleMania win, though.
Do you think that they'll have Sting beat? I mean, you're supposed to do the honors and lose your last match. Like,
I think it's up to Sting, though. Right. Maybe this is Sting's last match, and that's why he lost.
There's also rumors from some mark in the crowd that talked to us that Stone Cold might face him next year.
Who said that? The weirdo?
That weirdo that was following us and talking to us out of nowhere?
That guy, this is not even a joke, had mental issues.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not paying attention to what he said. He was creepy, though.
I had to get away. The other direction.
I had to get away. He was creeping me out.
Just think about that, though. He was talking to us like that. What if we were wrestlers that he idolizes? How obnoxious is that?
Oh, God.
For them.
You know what I was thinking about, and this is in no way meant to be funny or mean. I think WrestleMania has to be like the #1 event that attracts people with handicaps.
Yeah.
You know, special people.
Yes.
There's a lot of them there tonight.
Yeah.
And I saw that the other time I was at WrestleMania. It's one of the it's weird how, and it makes me feel kind of like, oh God, what do I like? It's weird how that form of entertainment attracts so many people with mental disabilities.
Because there's that circus aspect to it.
I guess it makes me wonder if I'm stable.
If they took it more seriously, there'd be a lot less of those.
Possibly.
So
yeah, and they do a lot of Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah,
so that helps,
which is cool.
Anyways, we'll stop talking about
finally.
Actually,
we should get to that.
We should talk about finally
because that was amazing.
Yeah, that was right before the Undertaker match.
That's not on the rundown.
Yeah, that was right before the Undertaker match.
Yeah, before the Undertaker match, we're like, ooh, the Undertaker match isn't going to be very long.
We teased this.
This segment went pretty damn long.
It's like a half-hour segment. Almost.
Yeah. Well, we should mention at the end of the Sting Triple H match, Triple H and Sting shook it out. They shook hands
by Triple H's prompt.
Yeah,
that was weird.
And like buried the hatchet. So we're like, ooh, Triple H face turn.
Sting, yeah.
But no, this segment
clearly not.
Stephanie and Triple H came out to address the crowd. How it was a record crowd at Levi's Stadium, which is only a year and a half old.
Right, I felt that was a little soon to be claimed that
but
you set the record.
But that's the whole point of them coming there, though, so they could say that.
You think?
Yeah.
Not just because it's a nice
No,
cool
they
stadium?
made sure that they came before the Super Bowl so they could break the record. That's what they want to do anytime they go somewhere.
Interesting. I didn't know. That's funny.
So they come out and address the crowd, and they get their heat back. Once again, Triple H establishes he's a heel.
Yeah, and the one
here on out.
One thing they were saying is that they own the crowd, but they don't own the crowd.
That's right, man.
Oh, now it's not going to play.
Because someone else says the crowd owns the crowd.
That's right. Well, the internet's...
if you smell...
It's going to kick in the middle
of
us
the
talking.
Rock is cooking.
Oh, that was so much better.
Yeah, they're in the middle of saying, if it wasn't for the McMahons, nothing would happen. They own the crowd, yada, yada, yada. Once they said they owned the crowd,
of course, the people's champ had to come down and interject.
That's right.
It got cool when Stephanie told him to leave the ring. Get out of the ring now. It's her ring.
She slapped him first.
Yeah, he got out all right, but then he brought Ronda Rousey in.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not leaving. I'm going to bring a friend, Ronda Rousey, who's in the front row.
Because she said, you can't hit me, I'm a girl.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, this bitch is gonna. So it culminated in him beating up Triple H, and Ronda gave Triple H the takeover.
Judo throw of some sort.
And then she got Stephanie in some weird armbar thing.
Stephanie went to slap her, and Ronda wrapped her arm around Stephanie's in a way that torqued the shoulder.
Hey, there it is.
She basically torqued Stephanie's shoulder and made her get to her knees.
Yeah.
Picked her back up again, and then let her out of the ring by her arm.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And let her drop. The fans booed it. They wanted to see Ronda Rousey break her fucking arm.
They booed her when she got out of the ring. It was hilarious. So. Anyways, that was cool. And I tell you, man, nothing like being at the arena when The Rock comes out.
That's right.
Not because I'm a huge mark for The Rock, just because the fans, they're insane when he comes out. It's
Not
crazy.
only that, he's the only one that knows to go side to side on the apron or the beginning of the entrance to acknowledge the whole crowd.
Here's your mic.
You like that?
Use it. You're not singing.
So he goes to one side and the other. We're on one side, so it was cool.
He works that crowd.
He definitely worked it.
Yeah, so that was cool. Anyways, so back to
then finally,
the
heavyweight championship of the world Brock Lesnar defends against Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
and my God, what a match this was!
Yeah.
Oh,
Brock,
that's what that guy was talking about at first. Was like, that's one of the worst matches I've ever seen in
Yeah.
my history. I'm like, are you